The humble beginnings of our brand new downtown roadway layout. A new highway system that expands far and wide. And a highway interchange that, honestly, I'm really digging. Guys, I am the Great White Builder. We're back in the Great White North building the Rockies, and now let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Okay, so before we get to building our downtown area on this beautiful flat piece of terrain, we are going to fix a few things from the last episode. Really quickly, nothing crazy. These come from our good friend Maurice Malk. Hopefully, again, I'm pronouncing your name right. You're giving some great suggestions, and I really appreciate it, man. So the first thing that he said was a bus route that goes through the university and through this residential area over here. So that is what we are going to do first. We are going to start it in front of our university right here, and then we're going to come around and go through the university and then back over to our residential area. So let's start that right here. We'll start the stop obviously in front of our university, and then we will bring one right in front of the School of Medicine and the School of Law, and then the other school that I forget. We'll also make a stop right in front of our dormitories, and then we'll also do stops in between all of our varsity sports as well. So we'll come around here. We're not going to come up here because we're going to have stops over here, but we will hit all these other ones for now. And then I think we're going to come, we'll do one stop here, and then we'll come up here. We'll stop in front of our Japanese garden because that's a hot spot. And then I think we're going to have a stop on our collector right here, but these two areas don't have any buildings facing the collector, so we don't need a bus stop in front of them. But we will come back here, and now we're going to add some more frequent stops between these buildings. So right there, and then we'll come and we'll bring one right here, and now we can complete this line down here. And I will do one, should we do one in the opposite direction? I think it's always safe to do one in the opposite direction, so let's just do it anyway, and then if it is something that we don't need, then we can just get rid of it if we want to. But I think it would be a good idea to keep it in the opposite direction. So this stop will have a few different stops, but that's okay. And then let's come down here, front of our dorms. Oh, and I actually wanted to have a stop over here as well. So let's do it on this side. And that is really just for students that live over in our old town, our old residential area, that they have somewhere to stop off. And I thought I added a stop over here, but it's not showing up, so that's fine. One stop there, and we'll connect this. So then I want to do one stop right here, and then one stop right here as well. And these stops are just for the residential that live over there. Perfect. And now I imagine that these are going to throw crazy amounts of buses at them, and I don't think we need it. So let's start with line 3. This is clockwise, so university clockwise, and then this is going to be university counterclockwise. And while we're here, I downloaded a mod, surprise, a traffic mod. Check this out. The traffic is clear. Beautiful day. Amazing. It's a traffic manager mod of some sort, so that is amazing. We're back up to 83, so this is where we should be. For the past few episodes, we've been at like 70 and 60, and it's been because of these cargo hub areas, and now those are done. We don't have to worry about it. The one thing that I want to check out really quickly, I want to look at some of our other bus lines. So let's go to our OR lines. Yeah, so I realized this while I was making these other lines. 48 buses for 10 passengers. Absolute chaos. Like, look at this. There's literally absolutely no reason to have this many. So we're going to drop this down to, we don't even need 8 buses. Let's go to 4 buses, because that's just insane. And then let's also look at our force line. This has 20 or 19 vehicles. I don't think we need that many either. Yeah, like that's just wild. So let's go down to 8, because I think more people are using this route than the other one, than the OR line. And we'll keep it like this. This has 10. Let's see, do we need more buses? 26. I think we're gonna need more buses over here. So let's bring, you can even see all the, that's the subway line, so that's okay. Let's bring this up to 14 clockwise, and we'll do the same for counterclockwise as well. So bring this up to 150/14. Perfect. And then we'll let this run for a bit and see how it works. Perfect. So the second thing that he said was maybe go into the Steam workshop and look for a sound barrier for this area over here. Now, I downloaded one, and I don't know if it works properly because I workshopped it, and I didn't really see anything crazy happen. So we're going to add it right over here and see if it changes anything. And then if it does, then we'll add it to the rest. And if it doesn't, then we won't add it to the rest. So this, because I don't have prop line tool, it's going to be kind of annoying, kind of a hassle to put this in. So we're going to do this in like 2 to 5 times speed so that we don't, it doesn't get too boring for you. So I'm going to get that done right now. Yeah, I don't think this did anything, unfortunately. Yeah, like maybe we can try it over. Yeah, I don't think it did anything, to be honest with you. Like we can add it here, and I just don't think it's going to do anything. There were a few other assets, but they required other mods. And most of these assets are from 2018, 2017. So they're like 5-6 years old, which is crazy. And I think that might be why some of them aren't working anymore. Yes, we have these in now. It doesn't seem like they've done anything really, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, we tried it. And yeah, it's just, it ain't for us, but that's okay. Thank you for the suggestion anyway. Maybe there's another asset out there. Maybe I'll do some digging. But for now, it's not too bad over here, honestly. Like these areas are a little bit worse. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. But now to the main event, the downtown area. So I'm super excited about this. This is going to probably take multiple episodes. Definitely not going to be done today. But that's kind of fun because we can put a lot of effort into making it look good and, realistic. And so the first thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to lay down some of our major roads. So we're going to be laying down our arterial roads, our collectors. We're not going to do any side streets right now or anything like that. But we're going to be laying down those. And then we're also going to be laying down our planning highways as well. So I really want this area to be connected in multiple ways. So we have this main highway that we've called the Trans-Canada that comes down here and around our city. But I really want this to kind of come over here as well, through our downtown, up over the river, and then down, and then eventually meet up with our airport that we're going to put over in this area of the map as well. And the reason for that is I kind of want to make this very similar to Toronto. Toronto, I think I mentioned it in the last episode. Toronto has a highway called the Gardener. This is a really interesting highway. It's really cool when you're driving it because it goes right through the skyscrapers. It's really, really fun. At night when you're able to go top speed at like 90 kilometers, 100K, you're ripping by the skyscrapers. It's just a really cool scene. Now, it's not the best layout in the world. It has traffic all the time. So we're not going to be copying it exactly. So at the Gardener, it's kind of funny. It has its main highway and it's lifted above ground. So we're going to keep that aspect. It's lifted above ground and then it has an arterial under it. So it has this road called Lakeshore that goes directly under the Gardener for most of the city. And it's the worst. It is so bad at rush hour to get on the Gardener, off the Gardener. Even driving on Lakeshore is just an absolute nightmare. So we're not going to copy that. I was thinking about it, but if it has bad traffic in real life, I feel like it's going to have worse traffic in the game. So we're not going to do that, but we are going to add a highway down here that goes through some skyscrapers because I just love that aesthetic. It's so cool. There's a quote on the Gardener. I forget where it is, but somebody because there's like art pieces under the Gardener where at Fort York, which is like an old military base in Toronto. But there's a quote there, and it says that like the Gardener is, what does it say? So I can't really find the quote online, but there's basically some famous quote by some famous, or not a famous quote, but a quote by some guy that they ended up putting on one of the pillars near Fort York that basically says, the Gardener is an alien. It does not belong where it is. And I just think it's really cool. So we're going to build an alien highway through the Rockies. And I think that's going to be really fun. So let's get started with that. We are going to turn on our contours. So we're going to have a few passes. So there's going to be a pass right here. So let's bring that over right now. Actually, we're going to start here. So let's start roughly here. We're going to start it here. And we're going to go up. We're going to go up 20 units. And then we're going to bring this down to about here. Oh, and then we're going to upgrade this. Because the Gardener is a bridge, just so you know. Perfect. So we're 20 units up, which means that we can have a bunch of roads fit under it. So when we want to do our interchanges, we're good to go there. And now we're just going to bring this over. We're going to send it straight a bit. Let's say roughly here. And then we'll curve this in. Let's use our curved road tool, because I think that and we may end up taking this out. We may end up taking some of this out, but that's okay. So 30 by 30. So we'll bring it here. Perfect. And then we're going to go back into our straight roads, and we'll send this across here. Perfect. And then we're going to have one over here as well. So let's bring it right here. Cool. And then we'll look up. And so this road is going to come all the way around here. And we're going to have an interchange here. We'll have an interchange over here. And we'll have an interchange right here as well. And then if we need, we might do one here as well. And this will be a little bit smaller, like a little bit more of like a residential one. But for now, that's how we'll keep it. So this is going to come around here to about here. Yeah, awesome. Cool. So now we got to connect all these up. So we are going to use our curved road tool. Let's see, where is this? Perfect. That works out really well, actually. And then we'll come down with this road. We'll send this straight, and then this one straight as well. And this can actually come down a little bit more. And then we'll curve these roads in together. And we'll probably use some mods as well to make sure that this gets absolutely perfect. And that's annoying that that's there. Perfect. Cool. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So we'll bring this out straight. Let's say there. Let's say there. We'll go into our curved road tool. And we'll bend that over. Amazing. Awesome. So now we have our road that comes down over here through the ocean or the lake or whatever you call this thing, probably a river, and then over our highway over here. Perfect. So real quick, I'm going to change the directionality of all of these. So we drive, how do we drive? We drive this way. So let's change these. Cool. And we're missing one here. Okay, awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our arrange at line mode, and we're just going to fix some of these angles a little bit to make them a little bit smoother. Some nice smooth transitions, just like that. Perfect. And then we'll come over here and we'll do the same thing. So we'll do this. Let's see, how does this look? Go here. Bam. Just to, again, make it a little bit smoother. This one's not super smooth, so this one, awesome. And then we'll leave this here for now. This is gonna meet up with the highway, and then we're gonna have to redo this entire interchange, which I think we're gonna make it just one ginormous one, because this will probably be really busy. So will this highway and this interchange, but yeah. I think they must have won a game. We're seeing a lot of happiness throughout the city. Very fun. So then we come in here and we go into our set slope mode. But the reason why we're doing this is because I want this to be the same height all the way around. So we'll start it here and we'll bring it around. So we'll go to like here. Now it's all 0, amazing. And now we can grab this and we want this to be the same height. Perfect, 0, 0, all the way through. That's what we like to see. When we come over here, we still have tons of room for the train. We have tons of room for cars, perfect. And now we can fix this over here and then we're easily clearing the river as well. Perfect. So then what we can do is we can come into our create parallel road. And now we're going to create the other side of this. So we'll tab it over. We don't need to yet, but we will. We'll tab it over and then we'll come all the way down here. And now this would be an absolutely insane project that would not get built like this, I think. I'm no city planner, but I'm pretty sure. Realistically, what would probably happen is, perfect, you would have this interchange be made and it would come down here to make this interchange. And then this would be built over the next, I don't even know, maybe decade? I have no idea. But I feel like this ginormous project would not be built all in one go. But we are going to do it in one go. So 26 meters away, so we have a little bit of a gap, nothing crazy, but just a little bit, something realistic. And the reason why we did all of our slopes before and our range at line mode and our curves is so that we could do this. And now we have our highway that goes across. So I believe that the directionality will be the same. Oh, it's the opposite. That's actually so clutch. I love that. Perfect. So we don't even have to worry about that. Amazing. Cool, cool, cool. So now we have our highway down and in place. Amazing. And I think what we'll do is we will upgrade the highway in the areas that make the most sense for how it would be developed in the real world based on the knowledge of someone who's never been a city planner in their entire life, based on the knowledge of someone who went to film school. So basically what that means is we'll make an interchange down here, we'll make a change here, we'll create the highway here, and then as we create more interchanges across here and the airport eventually, then this will turn into a full cut-through highway. It looks like it would be a cut-through highway, but we don't have to upgrade it now to our regular highway roads. For now, we are going to go into our arterials and we are going to build out the infrastructure in this area. So we're going to go with, it might be a little bit boring, but we're gonna go with a traditional grid for this area. Reason being is it's great for traffic flow. This is going to be an extremely busy area with all of these highway interchanges and different intersections and transit and all this different stuff. So it's just gonna be easier to do a grid. And how we're gonna get that done is by starting with our road hierarchy. So again, we're gonna be doing our arterial first, and I want this, I think I'd like this to line up with this road because I believe that this is straight, 100%. Yeah, it is, perfect. So I think what we're going to do is we're gonna go into our parallel road tool, and this is a little bit crazy, I know, but we are going to mirror this road to ensure that our grid stays constant with what we have across from the train line. And we're gonna do something fun with the train line, so don't worry about that just quite yet. So we'll go into shift and we'll click plus, 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 and we're just gonna bring it super far over. This looks pretty good, to be honest with you. 590, I'd like to make it 600 just to make it an even one. And yeah, we're gonna click enter, and now we have our first arterial over here. So we are gonna upgrade this to be on the ground because that just makes sense. It would be on the ground. Don't know why I put it where it is, but it's fine. And awesome. And I don't know why it's giving us weird stuff, but that's fine. We don't need, yeah, we're good to go here. This is an 8-lane road. Ooh, I don't think we need an 8-lane road. I feel like that's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're gonna keep a 6-lane road for now. Maybe we upgrade it to an 8-lane, but it's not a priority at this moment. So we're actually gonna use our planning roads, so my bad. So we're gonna upgrade this all the way along, perfect. And now we're gonna send this down a little bit more. We're gonna meet up over here because I want this to be, I want the arterial to meet up with this interchange right here and this ginormous one that we're gonna build. And then this will eventually come down and meet up over here. So this will be like a cut through for all of the collectors to latch onto so that they can go to either interchange depending on where they're going. So we'll go into our curved road tool and we're gonna bring this over, let's say 30, and let's go out 30. I like even angles. And now we're just gonna bring this out about here, roughly, give or take. And we may take this back, but for now, that's where we're gonna leave it. And really the reason why I'm doing these strong angles and this straight line is because I want the grid that we're making here to look good, honestly. So this is our our collector from this side. It goes all the way to the university. So we are going to eventually, we'll upgrade this road. This was originally supposed to be the idea as well. But we'll upgrade this side to be a collector. And maybe we do that now because I know myself and I know that I'll forget. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna take out some houses. Love it. We'll turn on off collision. Perfect. So sorry to those residents who've lived there for 80 years, but sometimes that happens, I guess, in games. Unfortunate, but what do you do? And then we're gonna bring this across. So we'll come out 90 here and come out straight. Perfect. And now you know me, I love rocks. So we're gonna move these rocks because I want to keep them. I don't know what we'll do with them yet, but we'll do something. And then we'll bring this around. And now, yes, awesome. So this should leave us with a perfect 90 and a 180. Amazing. So this will be the beginning of our grid over here. These roads, because of the raised highway, these roads can actually go right under. So in Toronto, you see this a lot, and this is how we're gonna get that Gardener feel when you're driving through Toronto. So we're gonna turn on anarchy for this and just bring this over, and then we're gonna move these pillars. Let's do it now so we don't forget, because I definitely will. So let's grab these two pillars and we're gonna bring them over. Perfect, awesome. So those pillars still exist, but they're moved over. Cool. We'll come back in here. And now we gotta think about kind of what we want this area to look like. So we could come down and make ginormous grids of 50. If we want a grid to be 10, 20, 10 by 20 units, so that's 20. I think what we're gonna do is 60 by 60. That makes some sense to me. So 60 is here. We're gonna go through the train track. So let's come out 40 and just know that we're gonna need to do another 20. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll come out 40. We'll move these glorious, glorious rocks. And then we'll come out 20 here. Perfect. And then we can come up. This is 59. That's alarming. Oh, that's 59. Interesting. Now let's come over 60. Let's see, 60, 60, 60. Awesome. So we have our grid finally. We'll come over 50 here. So with this train track, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to sink this low. So maybe actually we do that now just to make sure that we can get our large road grids in here as well. So let's come into our move it tool. We'll end up putting some key walls and making this look a lot nicer as well. But for the time being, we're going to grab these nodes. We're gonna bring this down. Let's see, bring it down a little bit more. We'll bring it up actually from here. And we'll fix all these slopes, so don't even worry about that. I think I wanna make sure that the road clears this, so I think that's where we're gonna put it. We'll put it here. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. So let's do that. So we're good there. And now let's come in here. And firstly, we're actually going to take this road out because now this is a bridge. We'll come up here. We'll bridge over. Cool, and we can add some nodes and fix this and it will look better, so don't even worry about that. Actually, let's make sure. I think that's okay. And now we can come over here, 10 units. We'll go right over top of this train track, so that's okay. I just want this to be there. Let's add a planning road here for now. Where are we? Oh, here. Let's add this here for now, just so we know that this is the end of 60 units. Yeah, and then we'll figure out everything else. We'll obviously have some key walls in here, and we won't put this road directly over top, but for now, we'll leave it like this. Okay, so before I forget, let's also come in here and let's go into our sloped road tool, and let's figure out these slopes. So let's bring it here, 3.1. I don't know if that's realistic. 2.5. Okay, so we actually took the wrong ones here. That's okay. 2.5. I feel like that's pretty good. 2.5. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So let's grab this node. We'll come over here. 3.5. Let's do 2.7, same as the other side. So now we have our slopes on this train over here. We'll add key walls here. We'll make it look pretty, but for now, it's functionable. It works just as we need it to. So now let's continue with our grid. So we'll come up, we'll turn off anarchy. We'll come up 60. Let's turn off node snapping. 60 units here. Let's see if we can turn off anarchy. Does this still work? No, it does not. So we will move pillars and we'll be fine. 60, 90, perfect. And we'll come over here. Node snapping, 90, 60, amazing. And now let's move some of these pillars around. And actually what we're going to do, we're going to take this out because this part of the highway is actually going to be on the ground. So let's do that real quick. Let's go, I want these to be terrain height. So we'll come into here, we'll come into move it, we'll take these two nodes, and then we will go here and to terrain height. Perfect. And now we'll come over to about here and we'll slope these. Nice 2.6, easy, gentle slope. Amazing. And a nice 2.7. Yes, that makes sense though, because this is a little bit shorter. Easy, gentle slope. And we'll leave this here for now, but we are going to upgrade these highways to be on the ground. And we'll go to, let's go about here. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll actually end up taking out this road. Because not everywhere is going to be super high density, right? High density is going to be really big down here. Up here, it won't be as large, so that's okay. And then what we're going to do, this road is also going to be a collector. So let's go into our 4-lane collector roads. And now let's kind of come down here. So we would like, what I think we're going to do with this road is I think we're going to curve this in. Maybe let's use the curved road tool. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And then really quickly, because this looks super ugly and I hate it, let's go into node control and fix that real quick. This would be quite the intersection, but we're going to leave it for now. And then let's come in here. And I would like to mirror this road down here. So we're going to call this will be Lakeshore. So it's a little bit different than actual Toronto, but that's okay. So we'll come down here. Lakeshore is also an arterial, but again, we're going to be a little bit different with our city. Then we'll come down here and let's turn on our contours. I want to make sure that we are not, and maybe this actually turns into no, I don't think so. We don't want to be coming off of the hill right here. So we're going to follow our lines down the river. We are going to come over here, but that's okay. And we're going to come down to about here. Distance too short. And now we've lost our pathing. I think that's what that mod was. Oh, no, it's not. No idea what just happened there. Let's go back into our intersection, or sorry, over here. Don't understand what's going on there. Odd. And now this road is going to come all the way up here. So this one will be a little bit more windy, as you can tell. But the reason for that is this side, this is going to come, it's going to follow along the river. So this will be like a nice drive. You know, I think people would really enjoy this one. So then this road, we're going to bring this up here for now. We will take this side road. We're going to cross the bridge, and this will end up meeting up. And maybe what we do is we do that now, actually. So let's go into our dirt roads. We'll turn off anarchy. And now let's bring this road above the highway. With our bridge, perfect. Let's see, does it need to be 12 units? Can it be 8? I think it can. It can be 8, amazing. So we'll bring it here, like this. And now this will come down and meet up over here. So let's see, let's go over. Perfect. And then we'll come out with our mods as well, and we'll fix this road up, because this is obviously space already occupied, eh? By what? We'll come down 4. Now we're on our terrain height. Perfect. We can come around, meander our way over here. Perfect. Now let's come out of our terrain tool. Cool. So this road will come all the way out here and meet up. So now this isn't a giant cul-de-sac, which none of you called me out on, by the way. Shame on you. Not my fault. But what we will do is we're going to slope this. Slope it to about here. To a nice even 5.5. And actually, I don't know why that's doing that. So let's 2.7. That's much more reasonable. And then we can do the same thing on this side as well. So let's see what this is. 3.5, 6.1. Interesting, interesting. And now we're going to upgrade this to be on the ground. Now we're going to leave this as a dirt road for now. We'll change it if it becomes a road that people use. It most likely will, because this will be a cut through in order to get to the downtown if this interchange is busy. I mean, this will definitely be the way that people get there, but will just be a nice addition, in case there's a meteor that hits this and all these people die or something. Okay, so let's finish our road layout, because this has taken a long time. And what we're going to do is we don't want to touch this this arterial too often, but we will need to do it sometimes. So let's see, where does this road come down? This comes down to about here, which is good, because I think we'll have enough room. We'll have enough room for our interchange right here. And this may bite us. I don't think it will. Maybe we end up doing a roundabout right here. I think that's what we do. So really quickly, let's do that. So we'll do 10 by 11. Now, this is the ugliest roundabout you've ever seen in your life, but this is not what it's actually going to look like. We're just putting it there so we don't forget that that's what we actually want to do. And the reason we're doing a roundabout here is because we're not going to do that. I take it back. Yeah, so we're not going to do a roundabout. What we are going to do is we're going to build out this little highway interchange, and then we'll figure out how we're going to get this road over here. We may end up doing a roundabout. We may end up just putting it in, but we'll see. The first thing we need to do is create our interchange over here. So unfortunately, there's no roads for highway ramps, but that's okay. That is okay. What we're going to do is we're going to use our 2-lane highways. So I think a lot of our traffic, at least eventually, will be going this way. We'll be going, I guess this is technically north, so south. But we'll be going that way, and that's because the airport's going to be over here. So I want to prioritize movement this direction, And from these two, like this highway over here, and then this going out on this highway, and then this one will just be a 1 lane. So because this is a 6 lane, I'm trying to figure out the best way to use lane mathematics in order to figure all this out. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into our 4-lane national highway. So we're going to come in here, use the 4-lane national highway. We're going to bring this out. Let's just say 6 units for now. And we may move these things around, but that's okay. And then we're going to come into our 2-lane highway, and we're going to connect this up over here. So we'll come up 8 units, and now let's come into here. So we're going to end up using a lot of our mods for this as well. We'll come up 8 units, let's say here, and then we'll come up 16 units, because I believe this is actually yeah, it is. And then let's turn on anarchy for this, and boom, good to go. So this is obviously going to take up a lot of space, but this is going to be really busy, so I want to make sure that this highway interchange does not get wrecked too often. So now we'll do the same thing over on this side. So we'll come out about here. We'll come out here, and then we'll bring this road down here. So it's at 20 meters. We want to bring this down to about 12 from here. And now on the ground to about, let's turn off anarchy for this. So that's a bit too much. Yeah, so let's bring this here. We're going to end up, maybe we come from this side, actually. So let's turn off node snapping, because this is giving us a lot of problems. Bring it about here on node snapping. Turn on anarchy. Bam. Good to go like that. And don't worry, we're going to come in here with mods and make this look much prettier. Definitely not perfect right now, obviously. Let's change our directionality just so we don't forget. Perfect, just like that. And then we're going to come into our 1 lanes, and these are going to come from here. So we'll bring this down all the way to the ground. Oh, that's a flat. That's fine. And we'll come to about here. So let's come up. We'll have to come up 8. And then we can easily clear this. We'll go under this bridge to here. And now we can start our climb upwards. So let's come up here. We're at 16, 20. And now we can come in like that. And maybe this is a bit too much, so let's actually delete this. And now we'll do the same thing on this side. So we'll come out, we'll come down 12, we'll come down to 4. Perfect, cool. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking, damn, that is the nicest interchange I've ever seen, I would have to agree with you, because this thing looks beautiful. But we are going to fix it anyway. So how we're going to do that, we're going to come into move it, and let's move some of these nodes around. We'll bring this here, we'll bring that there. We'll just make this look a little bit nicer, because it definitely needs some work. And then we'll come in with our arrange it line mode and make it actually look nice. That will be nice and fun. This is probably the worst part of the entire thing. Now let's see, is this clear? Is this clear okay? Let's bring this over here. And maybe what we do, I think we send this node and these guys down a bit. And that is just so that we can easily clear this road right here. Perfect. And then we'll come in to move it. So now let's come in here. We'll go into our range it line mode. I'm just going to try to make these look a little bit nicer. So that comes up straight, so we don't want that. Let's do this. That looks so much better already. We'll do that. Amazing. And do we need that like this? I don't think so. I think these are okay, to be honest with you. But we can come into here and do the same thing. So we'll do that. Perfect. We'll bring this out to about here. Tighten that up a bit. We'll do the same thing over here now. And we're really just trying to play with this a little bit and make it look as good as it possibly can. So this wants to come up, and maybe we let it do that, honestly. Perfect. So I'm liking the way that this is starting to look. We can come into node controller and we can level all these out. And I think that for the most part looks really good, actually. We have a few pillars that are in the road, but that's okay, because that's where they belong. I'm just kidding, we'll fix those, don't worry. So let's upgrade these to be on the ground. We'll bring this on the ground to about, we'll leave it for now. We will take this one and we'll upgrade this to be on the ground as well. Let's bring it there. Let's bring that there. Now let's go into our slope mode. And let's slope some of these. 7.1. So this will be quite the bridge, but that's okay. We'll do the same thing over here. 4. Let's make sure that we're not hitting anything. We are. So let's actually take this node. Let's bring it down a bit. I think that's a good spot. We'll come back into our slope mode. We'll do this. 4.4. And then let's grab this node, come over here, make sure that we're not hitting these. So this is brought down quite a bit, which is kind of a shame. So maybe what we do is we do this. Let's go Control H to this node. Perfect. Trust. So that'll be a 0 now, but that's okay because cars will easily be able to fit under that. And now we just slope this out. It's only 1 unit, or I guess it's 2. So this will be a little bit of a steep one, but that's okay because now we can easily clear this. And we can probably bring this down a little bit, to be honest with you. So let's do that. Let's come into our node and let's bring this down. We won't do too much, but I think that's a good spot. And now let's see. We made this an 8.2. Not bad. And then a 0.5 there. And then this road should be fine. Yeah, so this road has tons of clearance, and that's okay. So let's take this, we'll go over here, perfect, and then we'll slope this. So a nice 5.5, 4.8. And that is very doable. I'm liking the way that this is looking. Let's grab everything again, just in case. So that's a 5.8, that all makes sense. 4.4, 5. That's our biggest one. -3. Can we slope? We can. Perfect. And what we'll do is we'll take these and we'll just turn these into slopes. Perfect. And I'm liking the way that this is looking. We'll come into our slopes here. Let's see how this looks. Oh, this is the only one we haven't touched. So 4.8. Awesome. So now I want to make sure that these are upgraded to be on the ground a decent amount of the way. Perfect. And this would probably be where a lot of the homeless people hang out in this area. But at least we built them a nice little shelter. That's okay. I'm liking the way that this is looking. I think that this is pretty cool. We still have a lot of work to do in our downtown, but we've made a lot of progress. In the next episode, I think we're going to tackle this interchange right here, and then we can upgrade this highway and start building over here. We already can technically because we have the connections made, but I want to make sure this highway is in before because I don't want an absolute insane traffic issue. And let's actually look at our traffic. Let's see how it is. 83%. Absolutely glorious. This is our busiest section and doesn't even look that bad. If you look at it over here, it's mostly just our streetcars that are, or our trams, sorry, that are making it bad. Everywhere else is not bad. Over here is great. Here, there's no actual cars that aren't going through here. This is fine. We're looking pretty good. And these baseball diamonds are at the height of crime, which is kind of annoying because I'm pretty sure that there's adequate coverage over here. It really does not make sense. Let's check real quick. Yeah, we literally have one right here. Like, we could add a police station over here. Maybe we'll add one later, but we really should not have crime at that baseball park. It's probably because the kids are smoking weed, selling drugs. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, like the video. You obviously like the video. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, subscribe down below. I don't ask in the beginning, but I'm asking at the end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments section if you like what we're doing here. If you don't, also let me know. Probably not going to change it, but if you have any suggestions, like our good friend Maurice, I would love to hear them. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.